Oxtail soup. I have to say, this has to be right up there on the list of the most delicious and heartwarming foods in all the lands. And although not really made from oxtail, but more so beef tail, any way you look at it, it's still made out of tail. The reality is that this part of the cow anatomy is rich with fatty meat and collagen. And because of this, very few ingredients will give you such a rich, luscious dish. The first step is to get your seasoned pieces into a preheated heavy pan to create a good amount of browning. Cook on all sides in a couple tablespoons of neutral oil. A medium-high heat allows you to get a fairly uniform crust, which is going to maximize flavor. It should look something like this. Once you have reached that maximal caramelization stage, transfer the oxtail to a plate. Remove all but 2 tablespoons of the fat from the pan. This will be the fat to cook our carrots, celery, and onions in. Things will really start to smell wonderful at this point. Once the vegetables have had a moment to cook, add some chopped garlic. Cook 2 minutes more before adding some tomato paste. The sugars in the tomato paste begin to speed up the caramelization in the pan. Continue stirring over medium-low heat while your flavors develop. Deglaze the pan with red wine, stirring with a wooden spoon to release any flavorful bits from the bottom of the pan. Bring the contents of the pan to a simmer to reduce slightly. We are simply adding more rich flavor with each step. Add the beef broth to the pan and stir to incorporate. This is the rich flavor base that we will be gently simmering our oxtail in. The end result is magical. Place your oxtail back into your pan, cover, and bring to a simmer. At this point, you may want to place into a 350-degree oven or simply simmer on low on the stovetop. Either way you shape it, you're looking at a gentle cook for around 3 hours until the meat is falling off the bone. After 2 hours of simmering, add the raw barley and continue to cook for another 30 minutes. At this point, you are ready to add the remaining vegetables. More carrots, celery, and onions, along with your favorite root vegetables. I'm using parsley root since that was available to me. Now you can test for tenderness. The meat should easily pull away from the bone. Once you have reached this stage, remove the oxtail to a plate. Using a fork and tongs, pull the meat away, separating from the bone. This should take very little effort if properly cooked. Coarsely chop the meat and add back to the soup. Season with a splash of Worcestershire sauce and once again bring to a simmer. The barley will have absorbed a fair bit of the liquid and it should have the consistency of a thick, hearty soup. As far as I'm concerned, this soup is robust enough to serve as a standalone meal. However, you may be so inclined to serve some buttered crusty bread for the full experience. Dish this up and dig in. See what amazing rich flavors have developed and why this is the most delicious and heartwarming soup ever. Thank you for watching another Divine Cooking. Enjoy!